Imagine a busy restaurant. Customers are coming and going, enjoying their meals. Suddenly, thousands of phone calls flood the restaurant. All the lines are jammed. People inside can't hear each other. New customers can't get through to place orders. Chaos erupts. This is what a DDoS attack looks like. It's a cyber attack that overwhelms a website or online service with a flood of traffic. The goal is simple: to shut it down. Just like the restaurant can't function with constant disruptions, a website under DDoS attack becomes inaccessible. Legitimate users are shut out. DDoS attacks are a serious threat in today's digital world. They can disrupt businesses, governments, and even critical infrastructure. Understanding how these attacks work is the first step in protecting ourselves. Think of it like this: every website has a certain capacity, a limit to how much traffic it can handle at once. DDoS attacks exploit this by sending a massive amount of traffic, far exceeding that capacity. The website buckles under the pressure, unable to process legitimate requests. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. The sheer volume is overwhelming. DDoS attacks are not launched by individuals sitting at their computers. They are orchestrated through vast networks of infected devices called botnets. These devices, often computers or smartphones, are infected with malware that gives hackers remote control. Imagine thousands, even millions of these compromised devices all over the world. They become puppets in the hands of the attacker, ready to unleash a coordinated attack on command. The attacker acts as the puppet master, directing this army of bots to flood the target with traffic. The scary part is that the owners of these infected devices are often unaware that their machines are being used for malicious purposes. Their computer might be running slowly or their internet connection might be sluggish, but they don't realize it's because their device is part of a botnet carrying out a DDoS attack. DDoS attacks come in different flavors, each with its own way of overwhelming the target. Some, like volumetric attacks, are like a brute force assault. They flood the network with massive amounts of data, clogging up the pipes and preventing legitimate traffic from getting through. Others, like protocol attacks, are more sophisticated. They exploit vulnerabilities in how servers communicate, sending malformed packets of data that confuse and overload the system. Imagine sending thousands of incomplete or nonsensical letters to a business. It would overwhelm their mailroom and prevent them from processing legitimate mail. Then there are application layer attacks, which are the sneakiest of all. They target specific applications or services running on a website, like login pages or search functions. These attacks often mimic normal user behavior, making them difficult to detect. It's like having a flash mob of bots pretending to be regular customers, overwhelming the restaurant staff with seemingly legitimate requests. The consequences of a successful DDoS attack can be severe. Businesses can lose revenue, customer trust, and valuable data. Governments and critical infrastructure can be disrupted, putting lives at risk. Defending against DDoS attacks requires a multi-layered approach. One strategy is to have a robust network infrastructure. This means having enough bandwidth to handle traffic spikes and using firewalls to filter out malicious traffic. Another is to use a content delivery network, which distributes your website's content across multiple servers around the world. This way, even if one server is targeted, the others can pick up the slack. Most importantly, businesses need to have a plan in place for when an attack occurs. This includes having a way to detect and mitigate attacks quickly, as well as a communication strategy to keep customers and stakeholders informed. DDoS attacks are a real and present danger, but by understanding the threat and taking the right precautions, we can weather the storm.